Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this today's video we are going to learn what is JWT token and how we can implement JWT token in .NET Core and Angular project. If you guys haven't followed my videos about Angular login and sign up, validations in Angular 12, CRUD operation using .NET Core Web API, and encrypting and decrypting password, then I will highly recommend you guys to please go ahead and watch this 5 video and then continue with this video so that you should be linked like whatever I am creating. All right, this so that it can be a complete project for you guys from login to the security part. All right, so this today's session will be more focused on how we can secure our API by using JSON Web Token. Whenever I say I want to increase the security, so what is the need of the security? If you go on this website of Red Hat, there you can see that what are the most common API security best practices. So if you can see the first point, they say that use tokens because it establishes the trusted identities that it can control access to the services and the resources by the token which is assigned to the identities. When I say identities, which means it is saying the users. So whoever users, they will, because we have to send a username and the backend will create a token for that particular user, and that user can use that token to use the API. All right, so in this way we can secure our API, okay, by using this tokenization and stuff. So we are going to focus on JWT. Okay, so what is this JWT token? So the JWT stands for JSON Web Token. Okay, if you go on this website jwt.io, here you can learn about more about what is JWT. Here you can see we are getting encoded code. Here you can see, let me just copy this code and paste it in Notepad. Okay, let me paste it here. So you can see we have a three dots, three full stop. Let me click enter here, and then let me click enter here. So you can see this token is actually divided into three part. Okay, so if you see the the first one, the first part is your header. As you can see the header, and header consists of what kind of algorithm we are using, okay, to secure our like to make our token. So we are using HS256, HMAC256, and what is the type of this token? That is there inside our header part. So this consists of your header, and this header consists of algorithm and the type of token. Okay, so for us it will be JWT. And if you see that second one, so this second one has all our payload. It has our payload data where we can add our claims, like we can have name, we can have what at what time did token was issued, and we can also have expiry time, that at what time this token will get expire. And the last one is our security. Okay, so this is our signature, the sign in signature. This will consist of that, and this is getting created by our secret key. Okay, so this token is divided into three parts. First one is header, second is our payload, and the third one is our signature. All right, so this is what a JWT token looks like. So this is the actually very good example. Here you can see this is how a token should look like, and we are going to create this in .NET Core, and also we will try to implement this so that we can secure our API so that no one should be able to access our API. If you see our API, so we can see we have created all these endpoints like people can access. Suppose if we deploy our API on public, so anyone can access my token. So I don't, not token, my API. So I don't want to do that. I want to secure my API that whoever has the token, only that user can access this API. Okay, so we are going to do that in this video. Okay, so this was just some theoretical part about what is JWT token and stuff, and now we will see the actual implementation of JWT token in .NET Core. So let me first open up this my code, this employee API, which you guys have already created. I hope so. If you haven't, then please go ahead and watch my video and come till here this point. So the first thing we need to install is the Nugget package, which is required for this JWT token. So click on this project, right click on the project basically, and click on manage Nugget packages. So we need to install the Nugget package to implement the JWT token. So just search for JWT bearer and click on this. And I would highly recommend, if you are using like .NET version 5, then click on this drop down and just select .NET version 5. okay, and click on install. Because .NET 6 is released, so if you guys try to install the version 6, it will not allow, because my current solution is like I'm working on .NET 5 right now. That is the reason. Okay, so let's just wait for it to get installed. So I can see this is successfully installed now. Okay, so let's check in our install packages. So yes, I can see that is into my installed section. Okay, so now I'll go here in the login controller and I will create my first method so that it will generate my JWT token. Alright, so let me just go inside my login controller. So this is my logic method. So as I have told you that I can create a token whenever I am sending a username. So the token will be created for a user. Okay, so let me just try to see like how can I get this username so that I can create a token for that guy. So first thing we'll require here is we have to create a method. So I'll create a private method, private string generate token, and this token will accept a username of type string. Okay, so this will accept a username for which we will create a token. Okay, so this is as simple as that. So now what we need to do is, so it is throwing error because we need to return something because this is of type string. So let me just try to say return, because I hate errors, so let me just say blank right now so that no errors displayed here. All right, and let me write my logic inside this. All right, so first of all, for that to use the JWT, so we need to have a JWT security handler. Okay, so first let me create a handler for it. So I'll say token handler. Okay, so it's JWT security token handler. All right, so I have to import this. So I'll just click on this bulb, and by using system.identity model token.jwt, I have imported it on the top. Okay. Now, so I have my token handler now. What is the second thing I'll need? I need a security key. Okay. So for that, that key will be generated by us. Like we need to create a key that will be our secret key. We don't have to share because whatever I have told you right here. So whatever the security key, the signature gets created, that created in term of a security key. So that security key I have to create. Okay. So the key will be created by us. So I'll say key will be equals to symmetric security key. Okay, so I'm very bad in terms of spellings, huh? So please bear me. So it is security key. All right, so let me import this again from model.tokens. And now if you see this, if I open this, so it accepts a key. Okay, and that key we have to send. So what we will do, we'll try to get that byte because this requires that byte in the we require the key in term of byte. So let me just try to do it. So we'll use encoding. Okay, let me import this also. Now the spelling is incorrect, so it is encoding, and we just have to import this by using system.text. And now we will create a byte. Okay, so dot utf8 dot get byte. Okay, and we will have to pass a security key. Okay, we can pass it like, let me just try to pass some random key from here, like any random key I can pass from here. So I can just say that this is very 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 important key. This is just a random key which I'm just passing. You don't have to share it with others. So this is the reason that it should stay in your backend. One thing I can do is I can have this key inside our app settings. Okay, so inside this app setting we can keep that. So let me just try to have everything in the app setting. All right, so let me just create JWT and inside this I will have my security key. I'll just say give a name as key, and let me copy this key, and let me have this key inside this. Okay, I will also need two things. I will need a issuer. Who is issuing the ticket, that token? Issuer. So I'll give my name here. Maybe I can say let's program is our issuer, and I can provide audience, say localhost. Maybe we can provide our that Angular website, that http://localhost.2000 4200. So we will add that link. So it's localhost 4200. Okay. Alright, so we have our key, we have our issuer, and we have our audience here. So we have configured that inside our app setting. Okay, so now if I want to use this app setting, all I have to do is I have to go on the top. Okay, and I have to inject that inside our constructor. Okay, so I'll just say comma. So I'll say I configuration. I have to import this, so I click on this bulb and I will import this on the top, and this will be my config. Again, let me create a variable on the top, private read only I configuration config, and now I have to initialize this value inside the constructor. So I'll say config is equals to config. Okay, so this is the top config which we have, like have this read only, and this is what this config, we are assigning this to this. All right, so now we can use this config. So rather than using some static keyword here, so we'll not use that, so we'll take that value from config. So inside the config we have created a JWT, so it's JWT, and inside that we have the key. So let me check if the spelling is correct. So if I go inside this, so yeah, so key value is small, so that is correct. Okay, so in this way we have our key, and we are creating that key into a bytes by this line because it requires to create a key. All right, so now if I just proceed further, and what we need to do is next we have to create the credentials, that security credentials I'm talking about this. So now we are going to create this. Okay, so how we can do it? It's very simple. All we have to do is let's create a variable credential. Okay, it's our new sign in credential. See, we are getting this option now, sign in credential. Okay, and inside this it asks for two things. It asks for a key, and it's ask for an algorithm, which algorithm you guys are using. So first key, I'll pass this key which we have created right now. So I'll just say key comma, and this guy asks for algorithm, so I'll say security algorithms dot, I will use hmac 256. Okay, and now I can add my claims as well. When I say claims, which means I can add the payload data inside this. As you can see in the token, I was having some data here in the payload, so I can add that by using claims. Okay, so let me just go here and add some claims. Okay, so I'll say where claims will be is equals to, it's going to be an array, and inside that I will have, let me create some claims. So first I'll create new claim. Let me import this. Okay, so this is imported, and now let me add the claim type. So let me add the first claim type as, so I can see I can get claim types dot, I want to give it as an email. Okay, the first thing I want to give it as an email. What I'll do is I'll just pass the username. So you can see I have this username, I'll just pass it here. So this claim will be generated now. All right, also we can add any name, like whatever thing we feel like suppose for example I need to add a new payload data, so I can just say new claim. I can add any random detail, like suppose I want to pass a username, or I need to pass some more like data related to which company has issued. So I can also add a company name, and I can give any company name. Like let's suppose, let me give my channel name, so it's let's program. Okay, in this way we can give the payload data from like this. So now we have token handler, we have key, we have credential, and we have claims. Okay, all we have to do is we have to create our token now. Okay, so let's create our token. So we'll say where token will be is equals to new JWT security token. Okay, so I'll say equals to new JWT security token. Okay, and inside this if you see we can pass few things. So first thing is our issuer. So who is our issuer? So we will get that issuer value from the config. So we have that config, right? So we'll say config, right? So it is throwing some error. So let me go. Oh, because this is not in term of object. If you just try to open this bracket, okay, now you can see it has issuer, it has audience, it has claims, it has like not before, it has expiry time, it has sign in credential, everything. So we have to pass everything inside this. So first thing it was issuer. So I'll pass the issuer first, and from where I can get the issuer, I have this issuer already in my config. So rather than hard coding it, we will get it from this app setting. Okay, so let me just go here and add that value from config. So I'll say config. So inside JWT I have my issuer. Okay, so now I'll press comma, enter. What is the second thing I required? I required my audience. So in the audience, I have already that in my config. So I'll say config inside the JWT. Okay, I have AUDIENCE. I'm not sure the spelling is correct or not, but we'll check later on. Okay, and also what is the third thing it is asking? It is asking for claims, which we have created on the top. So we can add the claims. It is already an array. Let's press comma, and we can add expiry, when our token will get expired. We can have a expiry time as well. Okay, so we'll add our expiry time. So let me give expiry time as maybe for 1 day. So I'll say date time dot now. Okay, and we can just say add days. My token will expire after 1 day. Okay, and we have to provide the sign in credential. So I'll say sign in credential. No, it is not like that. Sign in credentials. Let's see, REDANT. So we have the sign in credentials. Let's pass that value, and let's give the name as the credential which we have created on the top. Okay, this S should be small. Okay, I think I have missing the spelling. Sign the credential is there, so it is sign in credential. That's it. And because of this, it was throwing error. So let me just see if the spelling was correct. So it's sign in credential. That's correct. So we have passed our credential as well. All right, and let me just close this bracket and hit this. Now what I have to return? So now one thing is still pending on the top. If you see, this token handler will help us to write our token, so we will return that value. Okay, so I'll say that return token handler, which we have created on the top, dot write token, and pass this token value. So see, this is asking for the security token which we have created here. So let's pass this token. All right, so now this token will get passed. So we have did actually 50% right now. And when I want to generate this token, okay, so we have to check that also. So whenever our user is not null, which means the user is not null, at that time I have to pass my token. Okay, so here in this line we can just say that if user is not null and the password is the descripted password is equal to the password which we have sent, then only it should return success along with the token. Okay, so to get the token, we have to say on the top first where token will be is equals to, we have to call that method generate token, and that generate token asks for a username, so we will pass the username. How we can do? We can just say user dot username, and we get our token for this username, whoever is trying to sign in inside our application. And now we will pass this token inside this. So after the message, or maybe after the user type, I can just say get this token also, or maybe I can give it a good name as JWT token, JWT token, and I can pass inside this. So if user exists and the password is correct, then please generate this token. So currently we have did only 50%. Why? Because we have to configure the same thing in our startup class. So let's just go into our startup class. All right. So now what we have to do is we just have to go. Let's hit enter here below this. All right. So let me just add the service for our authentication. So I'll say services dot add authentication. You can see the second one. Okay, so what kind of security I need to add? I need to add a JWT bearer defaults authentication scheme. So I'll say JWT. So I think I have to import, else the intelligence will not work. So it is JWT bearer. Okay, so it's bearer. I'm very bad in spellings. Huh? Default. Okay, so it's JWT defaults. Let me just try to import. If yeah, import is working, which means spelling is correct. JWT bearer dot, I want to see the authentication scheme. Okay, and now what we will do, we will add, we'll say dot add JWT bearer. See, we are getting that intelligence now, and now we will have the options OPT, and inside this options we can add all our policy whatever we need. Okay, so I'll say option dot validate. Okay, so I'll say OPT dot token validation parameter. Okay, is equals to, let's create our new token validation parameters. Okay, okay, so let me remove this. I don't need this. I will import this. So I'll say control dot, or click on this bulb button, it will help us to import. Okay, and inside this we can add whatever is required. So what things are required here, we have to check that please validate the user. So I'll say validate issuer. So here is our valid, like issuers to please validate. So we are actually just configuring things, what things it should work. We can say true, false, like whatever we feel like. Okay, so but we will say everything is true because we have everything configured successfully. So we'll validate our audience as well. So I'll say validate audience. Okay, so this will also be true. The third thing, we have to validate the lifetime. So I'll say validate lifetime. This should also be true. Okay, then valid user, valid issuer. Okay, and we can get it from the config. So I'll say configuration, and inside that I have that JWT created, so issuer, and same goes for the audience. So I'll say valid audience. All right, and this will again come from the configuration. Again, this is present inside our this app setting, so I'll just say JWT dot audience audience. Okay, and now we also have to say that validate issuer sign in key. So whatever sign in key is, validate that as well. So I'll say validate sign in key. See, we are getting that option now. This will also be true. Okay, and the last thing is we have to just say the security key which we have passed, the issuer sign in key. All right, so let me just add that very quickly. So it is issuer sign in key, and this key should match like what we had right inside our app setting, this key. So let me add that here in the startup.cs class. I'll say is equals to new symmetric key, new symmetrics security key, and again we have to convert that into byte. Okay, so for that we know that what we have to do, we have to just add the encoding. We have to import it now from using system.text, and then utf-8 dot get bytes, and we just have to pass the key which is present inside our app setting. So we can just say configuration, and inside that let's pass our JWT and the key. That's it. Okay, so we have this successfully done, like we have our configuration also done for the JWT side. Okay, so first thing we'll do is we will test this thing by Postman first, and then we will try to see how things works, if is our token is getting created or not. So click let's run our application first and then see what we get. So let us just wait for it to get start. Okay, so it is throwing some error. Let's check what is that. Couldn't pass the JSON value. All right, so there is some error, so let's just try to fix it. I think I know this error, so let us just check from where it is coming. Okay, so JSON is not, and it is okay. So maybe in the app setting we had made, yes. So we can see there is one mistake here in the app setting, that I have created this JWT, but I haven't have this comma here on this line number 13. So let's just add this comma. Okay, now let's save this file and run the application again. Let us just wait till it get run. All right, so now we can see our this API is running. Now we have to test. Let me just get some users. Let me just execute this first so that I can get the username and password which I have to use. So let us just wait till it get executed. I know this is the first time, so it takes some time. After that it will be quite fast. So we are just waiting till it get executed. So if you can see here, it is running all the DLLs. Okay, so that is the reason it is taking time. Again, let's go here and wait. So now I can see this is executed, and let us just try to use this username Alex, and we'll use I'm not sure what the password is now, but I'm thinking that it should be 1234. All right, so let me just go on the Postman and try to make an API call to this. Okay, so let's go to the login first. Try to copy the URL. If I execute, so this is our URL. Okay, so let's copy this and let's go on the Postman. We replace this with, so the username will be alex@gmail.com, and the password is 123456. Let me click on send. I can see no user found, so maybe the password is incorrect, so I need to check first. So give me some time, I'll just go ahead and check what is my password in the database, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so I just went ahead with my database and check the password is admin@123. Okay, so if I click on send, I can say it takes some time, so let's wait for the request to get fulfilled. Again, we can see the DLLs are running. Okay, so it is ready. So let's check what is the response. I can see I am getting a JWT token now, and the login is also successful. So let me just copy this token, and let me just try to check in our JWT website. If I go here in the JSON web token, okay, let me just put up our token, And now we can see we are getting who is my issuer, who is my audience, and the company name. Let's program. So this is our payload. Okay, so this is what we are getting. So this is the token which we have received. Okay, whenever we are login successful. All right, so let me just try to just show you again with some different user right now. So let me just go here, and we have to check in the database what is my second username. All right, so let me use this username. Okay, let me go in the postman, and let's paste here the username, and the password is 1234556. So if I say 1234556, if I click on send, I can see the user type is admin and login is also successful. Okay, so now let me just try to debug this and show it to you. Okay, so let me go here and add my debug point on the login. Okay, let me go back. If I click on send, as you can see, I can see my user object is coming here. So I can get my username and password. If I press further, so it checks this condition. If user is not null and password, the decrypted password is equal to the password which user is sending, which means the user is authenticated. And now in this line number 69, we are going to generate our token. So for this particular username, so for this username vaishashi30@gmail.com, I will generate a token. So let me go here and let me go inside this. So now it came to this method. So this is my username which I have passed. If I go further, so this is our key, the security key which is getting like into, which is converted into this byte now. With this security the symmetric security key, this takes our credentials and claims, and this issues our token. If I say this returns the token handler which helps to write our token. Okay, so if you I just hover on this token, so it has all these algorithm, the schematic, and everything is there. So this handler helps us to create our token the way it looks on the website. If I go proceed further, now if I go ahead, now I can see our token is getting generated in this. Let me click on continue, and let's go here. So in this way we have successfully implemented the JWT token. All right, so this was it for this video. So this was actually the part one where we have created the JWT token, and now we will see the implementation of JWT token inside our Angular application. Okay, we will also see how we can create role-based authentication and authorization in Angular, and that will be the part 2 of this video. All right, so if you have any doubt till here, then again I will highly recommend you can mention that in the comment section. I will be definitely answer each and every question there. And if you want to have any, if you have any idea like what should I create, then you can just connect with me on Telegram channel, and then we can discuss more about your project. All right, so this was it for this today's video. If you liked it, then please give a thumbs up, and you can also share your feedback in the comment section. I will definitely give a heart to the comments. All right, so till that time, bye bye and keep learning, guys.